Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. So, how is everyone doing today? For those of you who are new here, I am Jab, the founder of SVG Superstar Coaching Program, and I've been going live for the past couple of days to share everything about starting and running a successful 5-figure, 6-figure SVG business. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. So, over the weeks, we have covered what SVGs are, what kind of SVGs you should sell, what kind of designs are popular right now, how to find good SVGs, what you should do to get started with an SVG business right now, the mindset shifts that you need to have before you get started with your SVG business. So yesterday we talked, I shared with you guys the results of a survey that I posted, and according to the results, 75% of the people said that they are not happy with their salary and the hours that they are working. So yesterday I talked about what you should do to fix that, and today what is actually going on right now, why you're stuck in that phase, why you are not stuck in that unhappy, miserable phase of life. And today we're going to talk about the actions that you need to take to get out of that miserable phase of life. All right, so today I'm going to give you guys step-by-step action plan. All right, so make sure you have your notebooks and your pens. Hello, Caroline. Thanks for tuning in. So make sure you guys have your notebooks and your pen ready to take a ton of notes today, because I will be giving you a step-by-step action plan on what to do to get out of this miserable phase. All right, to get out of this phase of feeling unhappy about your job, unhappy about the money that you're making. All right, so let's get started right away. So let me know if you guys are ready. I'm just going to open up my windows because it's getting hot. Alrighty, so let's get started. So first and foremost, you have to set a base. So we already have a fact established that you are not happy with your salary and you're not happy with the hours that you're working. So that's our base, which is why we are going to proceed to the next step, which is figuring out how to get out of this miserable phase. All right. So first and foremost, you got to set a goal. You got to set a measurable, actionable goal. For example, by December 2022, I want to make $500 extra every month so that we have enough cash, so that we have extra cash, even if we're not going to get a raise. All right, so you got to set a solid goal like that. By January 2023, I want to cut down my hours. By June 2023, I just want to work 25 hours per week. So you got to set an actionable goal like that, a solid goal. If you're just thinking, oh, I want to quit my job. I want to make extra cash. I want to make, I want to work less. If you're just going to think like that, it's not going to work. You got to get really focused on exactly what you want to achieve. You gotta set actionable goals that can be measured. All right. So something like give yourself a deadline and give yourself numbers. It's all about numbers, right? Because you get paid by the hours. It's all about the numbers. So you got to bring in the numbers in here. So first and foremost, set a goal. By December 2022, I want to make extra $5,000 or extra $500. All right. Because to get out of this miserable phase of life, you gotta take action. If you just sit there feeling sorry for yourself, hoping that someone will give you freebies, someone is gonna donate something for you, or waiting for others to give you stuff, it's not gonna work. You gotta take charge of yourself. If you're just gonna sit there waiting for the government to lower the prices, to give you benefits, to give you extra health benefits, it's not gonna work. You gotta first take charge of yourself and see what you can do. So number one, write down the date by which you want to cut down your hours and the number of hours you want to cut down, or the amount of money that you want to make. All right. Could be from 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 18 months from now. That's totally up to you. That's your timeline to decide. But you got to decide what, when. All right. How, that's something we're going to look at later. All right. So right now, just focus on what and when. Next, once you have that written down, you got to work on your mindset. All right. So right now you are in your comfort zone or your fear zone. That's why you're just stuck there. So what you need to do now is you need to get out of that comfort zone, because almost everything you need to achieve your goals requires skills, habits, knowledge, and experience. These are something that you need to gain. And to go from where you are to where you want to be, you must do things that you have never done before. It's time to get uncomfortable. You gotta get uncomfortable to achieve your goals. So your goal is to cut down your hours to half by December 2022. That's just an example. All right. So I'm just going to take a random example. What's your goal can be completely different to this. That's totally up to you. All right. So your goal, you have your big goal written. What I like to do is post it all over my house. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I have a door here and I use that as a whiteboard, and I've written my goals over there in capitals. So doing something like that, bringing it into visualizing the whole thing makes it much easier. Like, it will motivate you. Every time you wake up in the morning, you look at it, it will remind you that you have some work to do. You have some goals to achieve. So once this live is over, paste your goal all over your house, in your toilet, on the toilet mirror, in your room. That I want to cut down my hours by December 2022. All right. Next, you got to work on getting out of this comfort zone, because right now this comfort zone is like a snuggly blanket on a winter morning, right? Like most of the people are just coming out of winter, and you know how hard it is to get out early in the morning from that snuggly warm blanket, right? So that's what you are feeling right now in your comfort zone. You just don't feel like getting out of that warm, snuggly blanket And the pull is so strong that it's holding you back in this unsuccessful, unhappy phase of life. So what can you do to get out of this? So first of all, you need a strong why, which you already have by now. You are unhappy with your salary, you're unhappy with your working hours, and you want to do some things to make your life better. That's your biggest why. So we already have our big goal in mind in front of us. So once you have that aside, you are gonna move to the next step, which is make a promise to yourself that I will make this happen. Every single day that you're feeling unhappy, every single minute that you're feeling unhappy about your job, unhappy about your circumstances, it should act as a motivation for you to move forward, to make changes in your life so that you could live your dream life. Use that as a motivation. Like, I don't ever want to worry about gas money in the future. I don't ever want to worry about paying my rent in the future. I want to make so much money that I don't have to worry about paying the bills. So use that as a motivational factor, all right? And you got to start thinking from the growth mindset. So what is a growth mindset? The growth mindset states that your qualities, your confidence, your talent, your capabilities, your skills are not fixed. You can always improve on those. Like, a lot of times I get people saying, oh, I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm not sure if I am creative enough. I'm not sure if I'm skillful enough, right? A lot of people go through that phase, right? But you need to know that skills can always be learned. You can always obtain new knowledge. You can always improve your skills. You can always polish your skills. Skills are not fixed for the lifetime. If you want to do something, if you have the motivation inside you, you can always acquire new skills. You can always gain new knowledge. So don't measure the success of your future based on what skills you have right now. Because if you plan on doing something, let's say if you plan on starting an SVG business, you can always learn the skills required. You can always learn the processes, the how to sell SVGs, how to package SVGs. These are everything that can be learned. You just gotta have that willingness to learn. So check yourself. Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to learn? All right. So the growth mindset tells us that all our skills can be acquired, all our skills, all our qualities, confidence, everything can be acquired. So don't worry about that. So don't worry if you don't know how to design SVGs. Don't worry if you don't know how to sell SVGs, right? These are all the things that you can learn. And if you work on it, you can become more creative. Creativity is also a skill. Like, if you spend time meditating, observing your environment, you can find inspiration anywhere, literally. That's all you need to do to be creative. So one thing that you need is the willingness to do the work. Are you willing or not? Do you really want to get out of this miserable, unhappy phase of life or not? So if you start your journey keeping your goal in mind, that by December 2022, I want to cut down my hours into half, and you show up and you do the work, there's a guarantee that you'll be successful. It's a guarantee. So once you have, you make that, you change your mindset to go into the growth phase. Once you start thinking from the growth phase, growth mindset, the next thing you need to work on is your fear, the fear of failure. So right now, you're probably scared. You don't know what it's going to be like if you start your SVG business. You have a fear that it's going to fail. You're going to be a failure. Nobody's going to buy your SVGs. You're uncertain. You have a fear of uncertainty. Where is this business going to lead you? You're scared of the unknown, right? What if this business fails? What if I'm not good enough, right? But here's the thing, like if you're thinking you're safe with your job, you're not. I mean, how sure are you that you are going to have your job indefinitely? Do you have any kind of guarantee from your workplace, from your employer, stating that, hey, Susan, we have appointed you for the lifetime? Do you have some certificate which says that this company is going to stay till the end of this world and you're going to be our employee till the end of this world? Does anybody have anything like that? Of course not, because it's not a guarantee. Like anybody can lose their job literally anytime. Companies cut down their cost. They're always looking to cut down their cost. They're shutting down certain areas of the offices, certain what do you call those? Certain sections. Marketing, sometimes people shut down marketing because they can easily outsource marketing. Sometimes people shut down the graphics. That also comes in the marketing. Sometimes people shut down the HR department. You can always outsource HR. You can hire an HR manager on a contract basis. So literally anyone can lose their job any day. So how are you so sure about that you're never going to lose your job? That like there's some sort of uncertainty involved in that case as well, but you're not thinking about it. You are just thinking about failing at your business. But literally anything can happen. There's uncertainty involved in every phase of life. So why are you just thinking about failing in your business? So don't think that you're safe right now. Embrace the fact that you can lose your job any day. So you need to work on getting that extra cash flow coming in so that when times get tough, you have some sort of financial cushion to fall on. So right now you have your job, you can use those earnings to invest in a business so that tomorrow, if you lose your job, you don't have to run around begging for help. I know you're thinking that you have an emergency fund, but how long can you use that emergency fund for? And how many times are you going to use that emergency fund? And once that emergency fund runs out, how are you going to fill it back in? And this happens like all the time. I've gotten so many messages from people saying, oh, I just lost my job. I want to sell SVGs. That's not how it works. You got to start selling SVGs before you lose your job. Your business shouldn't be an afterthought. You need to start the business right now because you can lose your job anytime. I'm not trying to scare you guys or anything, but this is the truth. Think about it. Your lack of action today will have consequences. And if you don't put the effort into getting out of your comfort zone, you are definitely going to regret it later. So the other fear a lot of people have is the fear of failure. So I used to cry about it a lot. Like I started this handmade bag business, which I had to close down. So I lost around $20,000 on that business, but I gained so much knowledge from the experience that my digital business skyrocketed from that knowledge. So what I'm trying to say is failure is just another way of learning new things. There is nothing called failure if you are gaining something. Maybe you're gaining experience. Some so you need there are other ways of measuring success, right? It can't always be in terms of money. You can measure success in terms of experiences, in terms of knowledge. So it's not a failure until and unless you give up, unless you refuse to move forward. That's what failure is. If you give up, if you are sincere about it, if you are working diligently on it, it's not a failure. You're just going to get better and better. You won't make the same mistakes again. So there's nothing called failure. So stop thinking, what if my business fail? It will only fail if you want it to fail. It will only fail if you stop showing up and doing the work. Okay, you put out one design and you don't get any sales. Doesn't matter. Go and work on second design. Go and work on third design, fourth design. Keep trying unless you are trying every single day, it's gonna work out. Like if you keep on trying, it's definitely gonna work out. But if you give up, you're definitely gonna fail. Like one of my clients, a couple of my clients started my program together, and one person's shop took off. Like two to three clients' shop took off, and one client wasn't getting any sales. And I was feeling really bad for her, but she was so motivated. She went back to the drawing board and she created some new designs. And one of her designs became so viral. One of her designs went viral. I shared her video and she had like around more than 100,000 views on that video. And just like that, in one day, she got 30 sales from that design. So it's not about, so if you don't give up, you're definitely going to be successful. I'm so proud of her because she didn't give up. For 2 months, she didn't get any sales. But once she put out that design, one day she got 30 sales right away. So you got to keep on pushing. You got to keep on trying until it works. So don't worry about failing, all right? So, in short, if you're stuck in the comfort zone, this is why you feel stuck in the comfort zone. You have the wrong mindset, your goals don't inspire you, and you don't believe that you can reach them. You're overthinking the fear, and you haven't tried to step out of it. So, how do you get out of this comfort zone? You gotta be uncomfortable with the comfort zone itself. So I know most of you guys are pretty uncomfortable because you said that you're not happy with the money that you're making and you're not happy with the hours that you're working. So that's pretty much, that should be your motivation to start working on your business. So once you have that motivation in place, you can push yourself to get out of this phase. So I want you to go back and think about what I shared today. Make sure you have your big goal written out, posted all over your house. So this is your homework for today. You gotta go back, you gotta work on your goals. Think about when you want to get out of this phase and what you need to do. How is something we're going to talk about later, tomorrow. So how do you get out of this comfort zone? That is something I'm going to dive deeper into tomorrow. So today's homework for you is to set that goal. By December 2022, I just want to work 25 hours a week. By December 2022, I want to make $500 extra from my business, from my SVG business. All right. So that is all for today. Make sure you do your homework. And tomorrow, I'm going to give you more steps on how to get out of this comfort zone and start living the dream life. If you guys have any questions, you can pop them in the comment. And if you are interested in starting a successful SVG business, don't forget to grab my free SVG business success roadmap from my profile. You can download it via the link in my profile. If you just go to my profile, you'll find the link in blue. And if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you'll find the link in the description. All right, so that is all for today. Don't forget to do your homework and join me tomorrow for more details on how to get out of this miserable phase. All right, bye-bye.